Hey guys, we're Ellis and Johnson.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Kyle. And we're here to take you around the world with us.
Through our high times,
Our low times,
our sassy times,
our fun times,
and we can't wait to bring you all along.
and show you all of our mistakes that we make along the way.
There's a lot.
We make quite a few.
Don't mind me. Bathing. Just relaxing in the sun. What are you guys up to?
We are in Nusa Penida as we film this in Bali. Oh, hello.
Hello there, friends.
Didn't realise you're there too.
Oh my
Hello,
God, the
everybody.
paps
Oh my
everywhere.
gosh. Cheers. Here's to our working holiday.
I just
Every
drank.
time. We need to make it like half an hour before and then we'll be okay.
Who doesn't have a hot scalding drink?
Welcome.
Welcome to the first video of our new working holiday playlist.
Where we talk about every single thing you possibly need to know, all the information on how to obtain, what to do, what happens when you're there, and everything like a working holiday in New Zealand. So what is a working holiday visa?
Well, let me tell you. A working holiday visa is a visa that gives you the ability to work while you're traveling through a country. We did ours in Canada for the first time, and we were able to explore Canada. We were able to work to fill up your bank account so you can travel more.
It is normally ranging between 6 months and 2 years you get in different countries. I'll put up on the screen right now all the different countries that have the working holiday scheme. It's a good way just to elongate your travel. If you're traveling around the world, you can choose the different countries as your home base for a year or two and just earn some money and meet a load of other like-minded people.
Where would be your ultimate working holiday?
Japan.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing.
A Negroni.
Spaghetti.
With prosecco.
The working holiday in New Zealand can grant you a visa from 6 months to 24 months. However, if you do go for the 24-month visa, you are only actually allowed to work 12 months of those 24. So unlike Canada, where we were granted our 2-year visa and we could work the entire time, we have to specifically plan our 12 months in New Zealand.
Because it's a working holiday visa. You don't want to be working the whole time because you want a holiday. Kiwis, as we all know, are extremely laid back
Chilled out.
and their work-life balance is one of the best in the world. This definitely reflects in their visa system. You don't need to do the 12 months all in one block.
No.
You can pick and choose. You can do 1 month on, 1 month off, etc. You can do 6 and 6. You can do 3 and whatever that maths is. It's a really, really great visa because you don't need to stress yourself out with work, and there are plenty of opportunities for work, but we will talk about getting a job in another episode.
In some countries, you do have to do specific forms of work to extend to your full visa. In Australia, you can work for 12 months, but if you want to work for the other 12 months of your 2-year visa, you have to do 3 months agricultural work. It is not the same in New Zealand, so if you're happy picking bananas, rude, head to Oz. As a 20-young-year-old, you have to ask yourself, how old do you have to be for a working holiday?
Are you 20 young?
20 young.
Or are you 30 nearly?
Either or, same thing.
In New Zealand, you have to be over the age of 18.
Keep it legal.
However, you can go up to the age of 30 in most countries. There are a few countries, the UK and Canada. If you are citizens of these countries, then you can travel up until 35. Working holiday visas can be really, really daunting.
There's so much paperwork. I'm only joking.
So when we were in Canada for the first one that we did back in 2018, 2019, we went with a particular company to help us. Now, there are benefits, pros and cons to getting a visa agency to help you on your working holiday visa. For New Zealand, we're actually not doing it and we're going through the process on our own. So this is what this series is meant to help, is to help you find out all the information and tell you exactly where you need to go, how you do it, how much it costs, so that your ride and your journey is so easy. We're doing it right now so that you can do it a lot easier.
There are a few companies who can help you along this journey. We've used one of them, but here are 3 that you can choose to help you along your way.
One of them is Bunac
One of them is Step Abroad.
and Visa First. I believe these are the 3 biggest biggest ones that you can go with, especially for UK residents, but there are a multitude that offer different things, different packages. Some of them only help you overlook the visa process. Some of them give you a postal address, which is why we use BUNAC when we're in Canada, because it gave you a postal address. In order to get a job, you need to have a postal address. But in order to have a postal address, you need to have a job.
Then you need to get a house, but they won't let you do that without anything.
Your only option's marriage.
Yeah.
Really.
Get yourself a green card. Places like BUNAC really do help because they help you from step one all the way to getting your first job in that country. We arrived in Canada, we went to the BUNAC office, they helped us fill out some paperwork, they helped us fill out paperwork for banks, sent us in the right direction, and they were a massive help.
And they do this in New Zealand as well. So if you choose to go with BUNAC, they do exactly the same thing that they offer in Canada, in Japan, in the UK, and in New Zealand. They have an entire process. They have different packages if you need help with, if you need to look for a job, obviously it's a little bit more expensive and things. Check out their website. I'll put the link in the description below because it's definitely worth it. So let's talk about...
You have a curl. I like the curl. No, please don't move it.
Let's talk about... Let's talk about money, money, money. Must be funny in a rich man's home. How much does it cost to get a working holiday? Okay, we're still going. Okay. How much does it cost to get a working holiday visa in New Zealand?
It cost 500 New Zealand dollars.
NZ dollars, which is 250 British pound, just about.
Which
These just keep slipping and they're really stressing me out.
You got the curl back.
Because it's got nothing to grip onto because it's all so oily and luscious. As Patrick said, it is 500 New Zealand dollars just to get the visa and to apply for the visa. There are some other prices and some costs that you do need along the way, which we won't talk about in this particular one, but I'll just mention it quickly. There is a particular amount of money that you need to enter the country. You also need to get a medical certificate if you go over the 12-month and you go for the 24-month visa. You do need to provide a medical certificate.
Sometimes you have to get fingerprints done.
But we will cover every single thing you need, all the paperwork, and the entire process of how to actually get the visa. In this one, we're just talking about what is a working holiday visa in New Zealand. Simply, what are they?
So let's talk about timings and location.
The working holiday visa in New Zealand at any time of the year is one of the only working holiday visas that isn't restricted. Australia is actually the same as well, but Canada has a particular pooling system that only starts in November. You have to apply for it and then it closes in January, but we will do an entire series about the Canadian visa. We're just letting you know now in this particular one. You can apply for this visa at any time of the year and it's very simple and you can go online. On the next one, we will tell you exactly the process and I will show you a screen recording of exactly what to do and how to apply for it. It takes up to 20 working days for them to respond and for you to get your application. So don't go rushing out straight away or think I can just get it when I'm there, because there is another restriction that you must activate the visa upon arrival. You cannot activate the visa whilst you're already in New Zealand. So if you're there on a tourist visa, you must leave the country and come back to activate it. You cannot just go to the airport and swap it over. You can't just go to immigration. You have to be outside of it. You can apply in any country, but you do have to wait those 20 days. So please be mindful of your time period, because some people get it within 24 hours, some others get it within 20 working days. We actually got it on the latter half of that because we've applied for the 24-month visa, and that requires us to have a medical certificate if you haven't been in your home country for
3 months.
Over 3 months, which we have been traveling now for a long time. So we had to unfortunately fly to Singapore and get our bloods taken.
And they took photos of my breasts.
Okay.
So that is why, unfortunately, we have had to spend quite a few weeks in this paradise island.
Bali, it's been so difficult waiting for our visa, but it starts in less than a week's time. One last thing that I think we should mention, the hemispheres. Now, New Zealand is in the southern hemisphere, and most people who will be watching this are probably from the northern hemisphere. You have to be mindful that their season's flipped over. So at the moment it's April, and we are going into the winter period. Now, if you're into snow skiing and snowboarding, because you're much cooler than us, then you will want to go in the northern hemisphere's summer around May, June time and get yourself set up. Whereas if you want to see them in their summer and do a lot of surfing or paddleboarding or any water sport.
Barbecues on the beach for Christmas.
What do kiwis do on Barbie?
Maybe kiwis. Grilled kiwi.
They're extinct, Patrick.
I'm talking about the fruit.
Oh, I was going to say that's really nasty.
That's
Throw a kiwi.
just the chill.
Like in England, be like, should we have swan?
think it tastes nice though?
Probably like dark, very succulent. Anyway, that is every single thing about what is a working holiday visa. Hopefully sets up some inspiration, sets up some enthusiasm, and gives you some information as to what a working holiday visa is.
So, if you'd like to follow us, subscribe to our channel as we dive deeper into working holiday visas in New Zealand.
Love to you all.